You weren't born weak. You were trained to be. Somewhere along the way, they taught you to care, to take every insult personally, to shatter at the slightest rejection, to bleed every time someone else decided to cut. That was your first mistake, and the last one you'll ever make. Because right now, you are going to learn a truth the world hides from you. A truth Machiavelli understood centuries before psychology ever caught up. The person who feels the most loses first. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every manipulation that ever broke you happened for one reason. You let people reach inside you. You let them access your emotions. You let them see where to strike. Weak men call it honesty. Powerful men call it stupidity. Machiavelli didn't survive by being emotional. He survived by being unreadable, unreachable, untouchable. He learned that the world does not reward depth. It rewards discipline. It rewards distance. It rewards the man who can stand in the middle of chaos and not flinch. And that is who you are going to become. Not kinder, not softer, not healing, dangerous, controlled, emotionally invincible. Because when you stop breaking over people who don't matter, when you stop defending yourself to people who aren't worth explaining yourself to, when you stop caring about battles beneath you, something shifts inside you. You stop being the prey. You become the cold strategist in the shadows, and everyone else starts to feel it. This video will not make you happy. It will make you powerful. This video will not comfort you. It will awaken you. This video will not teach you how to cope. It will teach you how to dominate. Your reactions, your emotions, your inner world. Because emotional untouchability is not numbness. It is control. It is the ability to choose what deserves your feelings and what deserves your silence. And most things, most people, most insults deserve your silence. The moment you understand this, the moment you break the leash tied to your heart, the moment you stop caring about being understood, liked, approved of, you become someone the world can no longer manipulate. The weak panic when ignored. The powerful use silence as a weapon. The weak crumble when criticized. The powerful stay still and watch the critic expose himself. The weak chase clarity. The powerful walk away and let others drown in their own confusion. This is the transformation waiting for you. And it begins now. You are about to step into the realm Machiavelli reserved for the few. The realm of men who cannot be emotionally controlled, men who cannot be guilted, men who cannot be baited or provoked or broken, men who are dangerous because their emotions no longer betray them. Imagine this, a room full of people talking, arguing, reacting, spiraling, and you in the corner, silent, calm, still, a presence they cannot read. They look at you and feel something they can't describe, a discomfort, a curiosity, a fear, because you are the only one not controlled by the energy of the room. You are the one observing, calculating, predicting, choosing. This is power, cold, silent, psychological power, and once you feel it even for a moment, you will never go back to being emotional prey. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how to kill your emotional weaknesses, how to build a mind that cannot be manipulated, and how to become the kind of person whose absence is louder than other people's rage. But first, you must face a brutal truth. You care too much about people who don't care about you, about opinions that won't matter in 6 months, about situations beneath your potential, about explanations you don't need to give. Caring is your prison. Detachment is your escape. Today, you escape. Today, you rise. Today, you become untouchable. Welcome to your rebirth. Welcome to your new identity. Welcome to the part of yourself you've been afraid to unlock. It's time. Let's begin. Becoming emotionally untouchable does not happen in a single moment. It happens in phases. Quiet, internal, powerful phases, each one stripping away a layer of weakness you didn't know you had. You don't transform by adding more emotion. You transform by removing the emotions that never served you. And your evolution begins with one shift. You stop reacting. Reaction is the language of the powerless. Every time you explode, explain, defend, justify, you hand someone the blueprint to control you. Powerful men don't react. They respond, strategically, slowly, deliberately. You must become the man who calculates before he moves, who observes before he speaks, who listens to everything and reveals nothing. This is where the transformation begins. 1. You become silent before you become strong. Most people speak because they fear silence. They can't tolerate being unreadable. They panic at the idea of being misunderstood, so they fill every gap with noise. But silence is the first weapon of the emotionally untouchable. Silence forces others to talk. Silence exposes intentions. Silence reveals insecurity. Silence makes people crumble under their own thoughts. And when you stay silent, you gain leverage without lifting a finger. They start worrying. They start guessing. They start unraveling while you remain untouched. A shadow, a presence, a cold mind watching from above. 2. You stop expecting and start studying. The weak expect loyalty, the powerful study behavior. Emotional men assume others think like them. Detached men understand the truth. Everyone protects their own benefit first. So you stop expecting honesty from liars. You stop expecting consistency from unstable people. You stop expecting empathy from the selfish. You watch. You analyze. You collect information without emotional investment. When you stop expecting, you stop being disappointed. When you stop being disappointed, you stop being controlled. And that is where emotional freedom begins. 3. You break the need to be understood. Weak men crave validation. Strong men thrive alone. You were conditioned to explain yourself, to bleed emotionally, to hope someone would finally get you. But the powerful know something darker. People don't listen to understand. They listen to find leverage. The less they know about your emotions, the less they can weaponize against you. So you stop explaining. You stop confessing. You stop handing people the blueprint to your weaknesses. You become a mystery. Not because you're hiding, but because you're protecting what matters. A closed heart is not cold. It is strategic. 4. You observe everything, but reveal nothing. Observation becomes your currency. A man who watches without reacting becomes a threat. People will gossip, rage, panic, test you, and you will remain still. The ghost in the room. Unpredictable, unreadable, lethal without raising your voice. Most people talk to prove they exist. You speak only when you intend to control. This is emotional untouchability, the art of showing nothing while seeing everything. 5. You control your emotional investments. You learn to choose where your emotional energy goes. And the truth is, very few things deserve it. You stop giving your soul to temporary people. You stop defending yourself to unstable minds. You stop prioritizing those who would never bleed for you. Instead, you invest in your goals, your discipline, your mind, your future, your power. Emotion becomes a tool, not a weakness. A weapon you deploy only when it benefits you. This is how powerful men operate, not emotionally, strategically. 6. Your presence changes. People feel the shift before they understand it. A calmness around you, a stillness that unsettles them, a silence that feels like a warning. The emotionally untouchable do not argue. They do not chase. They do not panic. They move with slow, controlled intention. Your presence becomes heavier. Your aura becomes sharper. Your silence becomes dominant. This transformation is not loud. It is subtle, surgical, unstoppable. Heartbreak can't break you. Disrespect can't touch you. Loss can't drown you. Betrayal can't bend you. You keep walking. You keep rising. You keep building because your inside remains untouched no matter what burns outside. That is emotional power. That is Machiavellian discipline. That is your new identity forming. And now that the transformation has begun, it's time to arm you. Because the next stage is not about mindset. It's about weapons, psychological tools, Machiavellian traits, cold, ruthless laws that make you permanently untouchable. These laws are not advice. They are instruments of power. Master them, and no one will ever reach inside you again. Prepare yourself, because next come the 7 Machiavellian weapons that forge an emotionally untouchable man. Weapon 1, the law of unreadability. Never let anyone read your emotional state. The moment someone knows what hurts you, what excites you, what triggers you, what you desperately want, they own you. The emotionally untouchable man responds like a shadow, cold, still, unpredictable. You never reveal whether something mattered. You never react when someone tries to provoke you. You never show the wound, because wounds invite hunters. Let them guess. Let them doubt. Let them fear what you might be thinking. Unreadability is not mystery. Unreadability is control. Weapon 2, the law of silent retaliation. Weak men argue. Powerful men disappear. The moment someone disrespects you, you don't explain, negotiate, or beg for clarity. You detach. You step back. You let silence do what your anger never could. Silence burns their ego. Silence exposes their dependence. Silence forces them to confront their own actions. Nothing is more terrifying than a man who is hurt and says nothing. The emotionally untouchable man retaliates through distance, not noise. Weapon 3, the law of controlled expression. Express less, reveal less, share less. You must stop telling people everything you think and feel. Every confession becomes a weapon. Every vulnerability becomes a map. Every emotional detail becomes leverage. Your inner world belongs to you alone, not to strangers, partners, friends, or enemies. Speak with purpose, not with insecurity. Every word you release must serve a strategy. If not, you stay silent. Weapon 4, the law of detached observation. You watch more than you participate. You listen more than you speak. You analyze more than you assume. Emotionally untouchable men move through the world like hunters, calm, calculating, scanning everything. You must see who talks too much, who reacts too fast, who values attention over respect, who can be controlled by their needs, who collapses under pressure. Observation gives you power, because once you understand people, you no longer fear them. Weapon 5, the law of strategic presence. Your presence must feel like a question, not an answer. You don't enter a room seeking attention. You enter a room controlling it silently. Emotionally untouchable men walk slowly, speak deliberately, hold stillness like a blade. Your aura should say, I don't need you. I don't seek you. I don't fear you. When your presence becomes controlled, people automatically treat you differently. They speak softer. They approach carefully. They overthink their tone. This is dominance without aggression, control without conflict, power without shouting. Weapon 6, the law of emotional minimalism. Give the bare minimum emotionally to the outside world. Save your full emotional depth for your purpose. Most people drain themselves on pointless drama, arguments, relationships, attachments, situations beneath their level. Not you, not anymore. From now on, your emotional energy goes to your discipline, your goals, your path, your silence, your transformation. Not to temporary people, not to emotional chaos, not to the battles that end in nothing. You become untouchable by investing your heart only where it multiplies your power. Weapon 7, the law of walk-away power. This is the most lethal weapon of all. The man who can walk away from a relationship, from disrespect, from manipulation, from drama, is the man no one can control. When someone knows you won't leave, they will test you. They will push you. They will disrespect you. But when they know you're capable of leaving with no guilt, no explanation, no emotional breakdown, they fear losing you. This fear becomes your leverage. This leverage becomes your power. The emotionally untouchable man does not fear loss. He uses loss as a tool. These 7 laws are the weapons that build your emotional armor. Use them correctly, and you will become someone no one can manipulate, bait, or emotionally destabilize. But your transformation is not complete yet, because emotional untouchability becomes truly powerful when applied to relationships. Love, loyalty, attachment, betrayal, silence, distance, control. This is where most men break, and this is where you will become unbreakable. This is the final stage, the point where most men collapse, and the point where you rise above all of them, because nothing exposes emotional weakness faster than relationships. Not war, not business, not competition. People break in the bedroom long before they break on the battlefield. Affection disarms faster than any weapon. Desire blinds sharper than any blade. Attachment destroys more kings than enemies ever could. But you will not be one of those kings. You will rule your inner world even when love tries to dethrone you. This is the Machiavellian edge. Let's finish the transformation. 1. You must hold the frame. Always in every relationship, someone leads and someone follows. Someone dictates the emotional pace, and someone reacts to it. The emotionally untouchable man always leads. You do not chase, you do not beg, you do not plead, you do not crumble under guilt, pressure, tears, or manipulation. You hold your ground. You maintain the frame. You decide the emotional temperature of the connection. When they push, you stand still. When they pull away, you remain calm. Your steadiness terrifies people who rely on emotional chaos because they can't shake you, they can't provoke you, they can't move you where they want. And when they cannot move you, they must adapt to you. That is power. 2. Never let anyone feel they own your emotions. Most people form relationships not for connection, but for control. They want the power to shake you, the ability to lift you up or break you down, the privilege of dictating how you feel. That is emotional slavery. You will not be enslaved. You share affection selectively. You reveal vulnerability slowly. You give access in small, calculated doses. Because the moment someone feels they can dictate your emotions, they stop respecting you. Respect dies where emotional predictability begins, and emotional predictability is the death of your power. 3. The power of not needing the one who needs less holds more leverage. Always, always, always. When you need someone, you lose negotiation power. When you crave someone, you lose self-control. When you depend on someone, you lose your crown. But when you can walk away with calmness, with silence, with dignity, you become the one they fear losing. Dependency is weakness. Self-sufficiency is dominance. You do not enter relationships to be completed. You enter them already whole, already stable, already powerful. If they leave, you remain exactly who you were before, focused, centered, untouchable. This terrifies people because most of them crumble without emotional support. You do not. 4. Your silence must carry weight when someone disrespects you. Your silence must be louder than their outburst. When someone pulls away, your stillness must be heavier than their absence. When someone tries to provoke you, your lack of reaction must feel like a mirror reflecting their own insecurities. You don't argue. You don't defend. You don't emotionally negotiate. Your silence becomes the consequence. Your absence becomes the punishment. Your indifference becomes the lesson. Nothing disciplines another person more than realizing they can't affect you. 5. You must be prepared to walk away from anyone. Attachment is the birthplace of emotional weakness. You cannot be untouchable if you're afraid to lose people. Love deeply, but never cling. Care selectively, but never surrender your mind. Be present, but never dependent. If someone betrays you, you don't crumble. You don't explode. You don't beg for closure. You walk, you disappear, you let the silence echo for years. A man with walk-away power is a man who cannot be destroyed. 6. Your energy must be rare. People value what they cannot easily access. This is as true in love as it is in war. Give too much attention. They take you for granted. Give too much availability. They assume you're replaceable. Give too much emotional response. They learn exactly how to control you. Your presence must be earned. Your affection must be scarce. Your time must be treated like a privilege. When your energy becomes rare, your value multiplies. People fear losing you. People respect your boundaries. People rise to meet your standards, and you never lower them. 7. Become the storm. They can't predict. Predictability kills power. Unpredictability commands it. You don't announce your feelings. You don't broadcast your moves. You don't explain your silence. You become a calm storm, still on the surface, lightning underneath. People can sense the danger in you, but they cannot calculate it. That is emotional intimidation. That is psychological gravitas. That is the final stage of your evolution. You are no longer the man who reacts. You are the man who chooses. You are no longer the man who chases. You are the man who withdraws with dignity. You are no longer the man who breaks. You are the man who stands while others crumble. You are becoming rare. You are becoming unreadable. You are becoming emotionally sovereign. You are becoming untouchable. And if this awakening struck something cold and sharp inside you, if you feel the shift, the transformation, the rise, then you're ready for the next step. Because from here on out, power doesn't beg, power doesn't chase, power watches, power chooses, and power always, always cares less.